do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to What's on Your Mind. It is Open Conversation today, and I'm your host, Russ Rhodes. So give me a buzz on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. What's on Your Mind is brought to you by Tireman's Auto Garage, K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Hicks and Baugh's Drugstore, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, Gary's Auto Sales, and Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping. Okay, so week 5 of the government shutdown has started. There was another vote today again on the to pass the continuing resolution, the CR, and again, Democrats voted against it. The same bill, by the way, that they have voted for, I think, like 16 times in a row. Anyway, at this point in time, also, this continuing resolution that hasn't passed the Senate yet, has passed the House, but not the Senate, is starting to head towards worthlessness. And I say that because when this bill was originally voted on 5-6 weeks ago, it was to fund the government at current levels at that point in time until November 21st. So the longer it goes without, the closer we come to the 24th, and it's like, what's the point? So there you go, week 5 of the government shutdown. Another payday is Thursday. Another payday is Thursday. And so those that had been getting paid, such as military and air traffic controllers, they're not going to get a paycheck. Those that have been working without a paycheck, well, they're going to continue to do so. So with the promise that in most cases there's still some questions, but with the promise that they'll get their full back pay. Hurricane Melissa has developed into a Category 5 hurricane with sustained winds of 185 miles per hour. Because of barometer pressure in the eye, it's actually at this point stronger than Katrina was back in when was Katrina? Like 2005, something like that, 4? Anyway, Hurricane Melissa is set to hit Jamaica here at any time. Will pass directly over the island. Loss of life is feared in Jamaica. It's going to hit parts of Cuba before it heads back out to sea. At this point in time, Melissa does not pose a threat to continental U.S. Now, Florida, they'll probably experience some winds, high tides, waves, but nothing catastrophic about that. So that's Hurricane Melissa. Let's see here. What else? Alrighty, the election. Election is 1 week from today. There's three nationwide. There's 3 elections that a lot of pundits are going to be following. First one is the mayor's race in New York City, where socialist Zoran Mondani has a 10-point lead over former New York State Governor Andy Cuomo, who's running as an independent, and then Curtis Sliwa running as a Republican on that. So Zoran Mondani is the presumed favorite at this point in time. We'll see what happens 1 week from today. So people are looking at that. Mondani has talked about an additional, I've heard 1% or 2% tax on New Yorkers making $1 million or more, because he wants to pay for a bunch of stuff that is going to make, he wants to make bus rides free. So no charge bus rides in the city. He wants to open up government-run community grocery stores. He wants to freeze the rent payments in the city. So free daycare. Well, that's all got to be paid for. And so, again, he's looking at the rich. On that is going to be, if he does win, will there be an exodus of New Yorkers to other parts of the country? And how great will that exodus be if it takes place? That's what people are looking at on there. Across the river from New York is the state of New Jersey. They've got a governor's race going. In that, Mickey Sherrill is the Democrat. She's leading in the Real Clear Politics average, 48.1% to Jack Ciattarelli's 44.3%. A lot of people think it's a lot closer than 4.8 points. I'm sorry. No, that's not right. 3.8 points. So that's going to be a toss-up. We'll see how that one goes out. In Virginia, Democrat Abigail Spanberger sits at 50.6% in the Real Clear Politics average. Current Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears sits at 43.5%. So in New Jersey, you got a current Democrat in the governor's office, Phil Murphy, I believe is his name. And in Virginia, currently is a term, well, both are term limited in New Jersey and Virginia, but Virginia is just one term. Governor Youngkin down there, just a 1 4-year. In 4 years, he can run again, but you can only have in Virginia, by way of their constitution, 1 4-year term at a time. So a lot of these two governor races are looked at as kind of a test as to how the White House is doing. This is the first election since Donald Trump won the White House back. So this is kind of a test to see how he's doing moving into next year's midterm elections. Let's see here. Well, speaking of Zoran Mondani, he holds dual citizenship. He was born in Uganda. In fact, he flew back to Uganda this summer to get married. Caught a bunch of flack for that. But he was a naturalized U.S. citizen back in 2018. Well, now Representative Andy Ogles of Tennessee, a Republican, he's asking that Mondami's application process be investigated to see if he lied on his form or at any time during the process of becoming a U.S. citizen. And he feels that if he's found to have lied, that his citizenship should be stripped and deported back to Uganda, regardless of whether he wins election next Tuesday or not. So your thoughts on that? Last night, Major League Baseball World Series Game 3 went 18 innings out in Los Angeles. The Dodgers take a 2-1 game lead in that series because they won in 18 innings, 6-5 over the Toronto Blue Jays. So they play again tonight. And do you want to talk about the Steelers at all? 35-25 loss to the Green Bay Packers Sunday night. And I don't know. It's just so disgusting. For a defense that was at the beginning of the year touted to be, probably one of the top 3 defenses in all of NFL this year. And a lot of that came because, it's the highest paid defense in the NFL this year. Giving up over 450 total yards in offense is what the Steeler defense did Sunday. Is pathetic. I can't blame the players totally on that. When I don't see the coaches making any kind of adjustments and the defense looks exactly the same as it did the week before against Cincinnati, really? Where is the coaching? And that all comes back to Mike Tomlin. Yeah, sure, you could put some on the defensive coordinator and the other coaches, but it ultimately comes back down to Mike Tomlin. Is he just so stubborn that he's unwilling to look at options and make changes and say, you know what, this isn't working. We need to figure this out. We're going to come at it this a different way. I don't know. But you know what? For as optimistic as some of us might have been in the first part of the season when they went, 4-1, in the last 2 weeks, this has certainly gone south. And they take on Indianapolis this week. I don't see it being any better. I see the Steelers all of a sudden becoming a 4-4 team at the end of play on Sunday. So your thoughts on that? And, that's about it on my list. If there is something else you want to chat about, by all means, give me a buzz. Both lines are currently open. The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line 724-438-4593. As I said, both lines are open. No waiting. I'm going to take a quick little break. I'll give you time to dial up those 10 digits, and we'll start chatting here at What's on Your Mind right after this.
Attention Medicare eligible recipients. The Medicare open enrollment period for 2026 runs from October 15th until December 7th. This is the time to call local agent Brenda Myers at 724-437-7255 and let her show you the various Medicare Advantage plans and Part D prescription drug plans and see which best fits your current healthcare needs and your budget. Brenda will also update you on the changes for 2026 and how they will affect you. With many years' experience, Brenda Myers can help you decide which plan will work best for you. Brenda Myers has been helping Medicare beneficiaries with their health care insurance for many years and represents a variety of companies to offer you more choices. This open enrollment period is your opportunity to make changes to your health care plan and save money. Call Brenda Myers today at 724-437-7255. That's 724-437-7255 for Brenda Myers.
This November 4th, Betsy Dennis King humbly asks for your vote for Wharton Township Tax Collector. Cross-filed on both the Republican and Democratic tickets, and with 19 years of experience working closely with her mother, tax collector Tina Nicholson, Betsy has learned the ins and outs of tax collecting and brings honesty and efficiency to tax collecting. Blending her formal education, practical experience, and her lifelong connection to the responsibilities of the office, Betsy Dennis King hopes you will cast your vote for her this November 4th.
Paid for by the candidate.
Hello, I'm attorney Jeremy Davis from the law firm of Davis & Davis. We have been helping the great people of Fayette County for over 45 years with personal injury claims. If you are hurt or injured, call our law firm for your free consultation. The insurance companies are not on your side. Call us today at 724-437-2799. Either myself or an attorney from our office will personally come out and meet with you. If you're in an accident or hurt, call us at Davis & Davis, 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. Let us fight for you.
One of the most incredible architectural masterpieces in the United States is right here in Fayette County. And this fall is your chance to see the work being done to preserve this national treasure as work continues to fortify Frank Lloyd Wright's Falling Water, a world-famous work of architecture that's on the UNESCO World Heritage List. Falling Water invites you to Fayette County Appreciation Day on Sunday, November 23rd to see their multi-year historic preservation effort in action, in addition to the always breathtaking home itself. Falling Water is offering free tours for Fayette County residents on Sunday, November 23rd. Book your free tour of Falling Water in advance by calling 724-329-8501. Falling Water's Preservation in Action tours will take place between 9:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. Be sure to make your reservation in advance and don't miss your chance to witness this once-in-a-lifetime preservation tour of Frank Lloyd Wright's Falling Water.
Your mental health is your most valuable asset. With 55 years of experience serving Western Pennsylvania, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services is ready and able to assist you with all of your mental health needs. Offering over 20 specialized treatments, open access, and just-in-time scheduling means that you receive the treatment you need in a time-conscious fashion. Chestnut Ridge Counseling now offers telehealth, mental health urgent care with immediate access to a mental health professional with no appointment necessary. Call 724-437-0729. That's 724-437-0729 for mental health urgent care at Chestnut Ridge Counseling. Outpatient care options include individual, group, and family therapies, mental health and psychiatric evaluations, and medication services. Outpatient care and services are also available for patients under the age of 18, geared towards youth-centric problems and concerns. Take control of your mental health care with Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services. Call 724-437-0729 to set up an appointment or speak immediately with a mental health professional.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is Open Conversation. Give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hello, Russ.
Yes, sir, Mark. How are you today?
I'm fine. I just finished up the leftover spaghetti from Sunday, and I'm going to start to go out and cut the grass for the last time of the year.
No, you're not cutting the grass. You're just cutting up fallen leaves at this point in time.
No, Russ. I raked up the leaves yesterday.
Okay, you're ambitious, Mark. You're ambitious. I'll tell you what. Yeah.
Hey, Russ. That's my workout, though.
Okay.
Fair enough. You got to keep going, man. You got to keep pushing yourself.
Okay. Do you put added weights on the rake? That could be.
It's a good one, Russ. I like it, man. Yeah, Russ, that's a good one. Okay. No, my lower back's a little sore enough with the rake itself.
Okay, all right, okay, gotcha.
But that was a good one, Russ. I like that. I'm a little on the lighter side of the news today, Russ.
Yeah.
Hey, my hat's off to the first mom of Mother TVs. The mother of TV, June Lockhart.
Ah, yes.
She passed away at the age of one. I can still remember being 4 years old in front of the black and white television watching her and Lassie and I believe Timmy Provost. I believe it was on Sunday. I can still remember.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
And
then Lost in Space.
Yeah. She started acting at the age of 13.
It's okay.
That'd be about 1930. She's part of the golden age of Hollywood.
Yes,
that's like a year before. Gone with the Wind and, Clark Gable and Vivian Lee and
Okay.
The Wizard of Oz.
There
Judy Garland and the three compadres, the Tin Man, the
Scarecrow and the
Scarecrow.
Lion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my hat's off to her. Just a little bit also on the lighter side. We were talking about Alice Cooper.
Yes.
Last week.
Yes.
Okay, I knew he wasn't from Fayette County, but what I think is years ago, if I recall, he had a grandmother who lived here in Fayette County.
We stream live the show on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I have it turned around. I don't want to see the comments. I don't want to be distracted while doing the show. But as I logged out at the end of the show, I noticed one comment there saying his grandparents were from the Pittsburgh area. Now, whether that was Fayette County or not,
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
Okay, if I recall correctly, I guess somebody who ever worked for the Herald Center could verify this, if you know what I mean.
Right.
I read an article, must have been 20, 30 years ago, that his grandparents lived here in Fayette County.
Okay.
When he was a kid,
All right.
he would come here in summer
All right.
live with his grandparents
Uh-huh.
and play around the coke ovens. I guess pick blackberries and make blackberry pie and stuff like that. That's what
Nice.
That's what if I recall reading, but
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Let you know I could be wrong, but if I recall that there was a story in the Herald Standard about him coming to Fayette County when he was a little boy.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, Russ.
All right. Who knows? Maybe he traipsed through your backyard and my backyard at one point in time. Who knows?
I'm thinking, he was some here in
Maybe.
Fayette. That's what I
Maybe.
recall.
Yeah.
Someplace.
Okay. All righty. Okay, Mark.
All right, Russ. That's all I got for today.
All right, sir. I thank you. Have fun cutting your grass.
I sure will. After I finish my wine.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hello. Welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hey, Russ, it's Skipper.
Hey, Skipper.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm actually over in Greene County. I was just going up and down 79 to Morgantown today. And have you been out in the Fayette County mountains the last couple of days?
No. I was up in Meadville over the weekend.
What did it look like up there with the leaves changing?
Very nice. It seems like they hit their peak and it ended over the weekend.
Is that right? Are they starting to come off, or is it real beautiful?
The leaves are still colorful, but they're not as colorful.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
You know what I mean? They've started to fade a little bit. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we peaked here quite yet. If we would have had another real good frost, it'd be amazing. But it's supposed to start raining, I think, Thursday, so it'll knock a little bit of them off. I just love the fall. This is an amazing time. I like to put a sweater on and get outside with that warm sun. And
yes.
I encourage anybody to go up to Ohio Powell. I was up there the other day. Me and my wife rode all through the mountains from the West Virginia state line on 857 all the way through Ohio Powell and back. It was just amazing.
Gotcha. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, did you watch that game last night?
The Kansas City
the baseball game?
Oh, the baseball game? No, I did not.
That was amazing. I slept through the second game because it was how many innings? 18 innings?
18 innings, so 2 games, yeah.
That's 2 full games.
Yes.
My wife kept interrupting my sleep going, you should have saw that play. And then in that couple more innings, you should have saw. And they kept these amazing plays going to make it 0, no more scores until the 18th inning, 5-5 it was. But those are 2 great teams. Did you watch any of the first 2 games?
No, I have not had the opportunity to, but yes, I know.
That Ohtani, he is a phenomenal person. He bats right-handed, left-handed, hits home runs, and he had 2 home runs last game, and then they kept walking him every time for the next whole game.
Right, yeah. So yeah, he batted. He was either 8 or 9 plate appearances, and he went 4 for 4. So yeah, walks every other time.
Every time he pitches, every time he bats, you think, how can the guy do this thing? I mean, it'd be probably the same thing as when they watched Babe Ruth.
And he's scheduled to pitch tonight, by the way.
Is that right? Well, my wife's excited. We got some pizzas ready. We're going to pop in the oven, and and all that good stuff. I didn't have much more to say, but I was just going to encourage people, it's going to rain Thursday. I don't know how much the leaves going to knock off, but they should go up in the mountains, get out on the bike trails, walk along the trails.
Absolutely.
It's just phenomenal outside. Archery season's in. I'm going to be archery hunting the rest of this afternoon.
So,
just a great time.
And that brings up a good point, though, here, Skipper. If you are going out in the woods, just because hunting season has started in its various forms, wear orange. Wear orange.
Yeah, that's true. Even if you're on your own property, because you got people that don't respect the laws, and it's just terrible.
Right.
Hey, in the same vein as that, look here. There are so many. Can you still hear me?
I sure can.
Okay, there's somebody trying to call. But anyways, there are so many deer hit from Waynesburg to Morgantown on the road, and from 21 from Uniontown to Waynesburg.
Yeah.
Everybody watch out, because my friends, like 5 of them hit deer the last week, and it's going to get worse through the beginning of November. The rut starts. So anybody just needs to be very careful and pay attention, because you can turn your head 1 second, there's a deer jumping on the road, and they'll be standing there looking stupid at you. So be careful.
And if you see one deer, there's more nearby.
There is. I told my wife, this is honest truth, I told my wife, I said, look, here's 3 deer running across the road, because she wasn't looking. I'm looking to the left, and she screams, ah! And there was one right in front of me. I almost plowed it.
Yep.
So, okay, no, I just want to encourage everybody to get outside. I just love the fall, and it's spectacular.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Very much so.
Hey, you know where Kentuck Knob is?
Sure.
Have you ever seen the little trees that they planted all the way along the road there?
On both sides there, where you make that.
Yeah,
that sweeping,
you're going towards Ohio Powell.
Yes, that's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
You ought to see them right now. They are all brilliant yellow. If you want to see a long streak of trees that have turned color, that would be amazing. Go up to there.
All right.
All right. God bless.
All right. Hey, Skipper, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, both lines are now open, 724-438-4593. All right. So, election is 1 week from today. Today, you can go down to the election bureau and vote in person today. If you have, and I think it's too late to get a mail-in ballot. I'm not sure about that. Maybe today's the last day actually, I think today is the last day to ask for a mail-in ballot. But if you don't have time to do that, you can go down to the election bureau and vote there today. So what's going to happen is you're going to go down, you say you want to vote. You're going to fill out a little form. It's going to have your name on it, your address, where you vote, although that's not necessarily needed because they'll find out where you vote by way of your address. They'll verify that it's you, and they'll give you the appropriate ballot for your voting precinct. And you'll go off and you'll fill your ballot out. And it's just like a mail-in ballot at that point in time. You're going to put it inside the yellow security envelope. And then you're going to put that inside the white mailing envelope that you will sign, and you hand it back in. And you will have voted. But you can only do that today. So you can go down and vote if you want. Now, with the election 1 week from today, everybody's going to have common candidates on the first page. And I'm going to go through it real quick. The caller that just got on, bear with me. I'll get to you here very quickly. So with Josh Shapiro, our governor, a Democrat, Democrat candidates are listed first on the ballot on every position. Just wanted to let you know. So you're going to get the vote for Judge of Superior Court, and you're going to have one vote on that. So the Democrat, Brandon Newman, the Republican, Maria Batista, and the liberal candidate, Daniel Wasmer. Then you're going to be able to vote for Judge of Commonwealth Court. And the Democrat, Stella Tsai, and Republican Matt Wolford, Now you're going to get into the county election here. So Recorder of Deeds, Democrat James Santilli. Republican John Marietta. County Treasurer, Democrat Matthew Lancaster. And Republican Melissa Tizan. Jury Commissioner, Democrat Trinette Schmidt-Cunningham. And Republican Frank Mutnansky. And let's see. And then you're going to come school board directors for your area. City council, if you have council. Maybe mayor is up as well. Township supervisors, township auditors are going to be in there. Judge of elections for your ward. Inspector of elections for your ward. And then here's what's really important. So, in Pennsylvania, judges of the Supreme Court and the Superior Court, and I believe also the Court of Commonwealth Court, do not run for re-election. They actually run for retention. So it's very simple. It says in this particular one on the Supreme Court, shall Christine Donahue be retained for an additional term as Justice of the Supreme Court of Commonwealth of Pennsylvania? And you can vote yes or no. Same thing for Kevin M. Doherty and David Weck. So 3 judges are up for retention on the Supreme Court. Superior Court, you have Alice Beck Dubois is up for retention. And then Commonwealth Court is Michael H. Wojcik up for retention in the Commonwealth. So here's my problem with this. These were all originally elected on a ballot. They went up against an opponent. You knew who you were voting for or against. Candidate A, candidate B. They had to maybe debate each other, talk about the issues, talk about their judicial record as a lawyer or a judge in a lesser position maybe, their decisions that they made. A retention vote, they don't have to do that. They're not running against anybody. They're not really having to explain or defend positions they've made from the bench, votes they've made from the bench. So my feeling is, when it comes to all, and I don't care if they're a Democrat or a Republican, I don't care. I say no to all of them. No. If you're not going to be able, if you're not going to stand up and defend your positions, defend your previous 10 years, because that's how long these positions are for, 10 years. If you're not going to be able to defend your positions with an opponent, then I shouldn't have to just blindly say, yeah, you can go and serve another 10 years. Because that's what they're asking us to do, to blindly go, yes or no. Well, if that's the case, then it's no. Vote them out. Vote them out. Give you and me and the rest of the voters in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania a chance to vote for somebody new next year. Candidates that are going to have to debate, candidates that are going to have to sell themselves to you and me. So I really don't care about the other offices that I just mentioned to you. Vote how you want to vote. I mean, I've got my own opinions of some of them. But when it comes to the retention vote, vote no. Vote no. And by the way, if they do lose and they're voted to not be retained, there's nothing that says they can't run a regular election next year for that seat. That's okay. I just don't want to give them a free pass. I don't want to give them, and again, I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican. I don't think it's right. You know, senators have to come up for re-election every 6 years. We don't vote to retain them. Representatives in Congress or in Harrisburg, they're up every 2 years. We don't vote to retain or not retain them. No, they go up for election against an opponent. Why should judges be any different? It originally was an elected position. Why aren't they running for re-election? If they're appointed as on the federal level, like the Supreme Court or, you know, appeals court or district courts on the federal, you know, there's one thing if they're being appointed, at least there's a vetting process on there, and it's a different system. I get that. Maybe we could talk about that at a later date. But this is a position that you and I get to choose. So, yeah, we can choose not to retain them, and I hope we do. It doesn't happen often, but it has happened. But I still think each one of these judges that are up for retention should face an opponent on the ballot. It shouldn't come down to a yes or no, do we want to keep them? Vote them all out. Vote no on every single one of the retention questions. 724-438-4593. Got to take another break. Both lines are open, so give me a buzz.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Ready to score big on your next home? Well, great news. Huge savings are waiting for you at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. From open floor plans perfect for game day parties to energy-efficient homes that will help you save money all season long, these homes are built to deliver. Don't wait on the sidelines. Make the winning play today and find the home that fits your family and lifestyle. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon at 4500 Route 51.
Now is the perfect time to upgrade your outdoor area with a new fence from All Around Fence Company. Conveniently located at 7896 National Pike, Uniontown. All Around Fence has been installing quality residential, commercial, and farm fencing for more than 45 years. Offering residential fencing including chain link, decorative aluminum, steel, and more, All Around Fence has the fence for you. All Around Fence is also your one-stop shop for Nutrena products and also carries livestock, equine, and pet supplies. So if you need to upgrade an existing fence, add a new gate, or are considering the installation of an all-new fence, All Around Fence has the answers you need. Visit them Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 to 1, or give them a call at 724-439-0331. To learn more, visit allaroundfence.com.
Just in time for the movie release of Wicked for Good, the State Theater Center for the Arts presents Good Witch, Bad Witch, The Broadway Witches, featuring two powerhouse vocalists, Ali Mazzi and Dee Rossioli, a past Elphaba and Glinda from the Broadway cast of Wicked, with stunning vocals and unforgettable performances. Good Witch, Bad Witch, The Broadway Witches, Sunday, November 23rd at 7 p.m. Get tickets online at statetheater.info or call 724-439-1360. Pick 3 season subscription packages still available.
Are you looking
Looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Bortz Jr.
Now that the autumn season is upon us, the leaves are falling. And so are the prices at Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown. You can purchase beautiful selections of furniture, bedding, and accessories store-wide only at Chesler's during the Fall Harvest Extravaganza. You can save up to 40% off select merchandise, plus receive 90 days same as cash. Never have so many great money-saving offers been combined into a sale. And the best part? Nothing is held back. All Chesler's famous home furnishings are available to you, including Vaughn Bassett, Riverside, Craftmaster, Lancer, Lazy Boy, Best Home Furnishings, Pulaski, and White Dove. Remember, this sale is open to the public and can only be found at Chesler's. Layaway, credit terms, and delivery are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
WMBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm your host, Russ Rhodes. Both lines are open on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. I know we're running out of time here on hour 1, but we got time for another conversation here. Also, we have another full 45 minutes of open conversation next hour after all the news has, brought you what they think you need to know. So that's next hour as well. So, hey, want to apologize for yesterday. For those of you might have been looking forward to open conversation on a Monday afternoon, schedules got a little mixed up here yesterday. I was gone all weekend long, fully intended to be here for the show yesterday, but an airplane bringing back my daughter and her husband to their kids, whom my wife and I were watching, was delayed. Don't know the reason, probably because of the government shutdown. So they got in at such an hour that it would have made it impossible for me to get here to do yesterday's show. So I apologize for that, and I want to thank everybody that, filled in with some music yesterday. Now, I will tell you, moving forward, I won't be here next Monday and Tuesday for What's on Your Mind. But Brian already has substitutes in place for those 2 days. I plan on being here next Tuesday night for election night coverage, and then I'll be here next Wednesday for post-election analysis, talk, comments, whatever you want to call that. So, and by the way, I'll be here tomorrow too. So just kind of letting you know. Penguins are at Philadelphia tonight. So WMBS is carrying that game starting at 6 o'clock tonight. The Penguins at the Philadelphia Flyers. Penguins off to a nice start. Hope they're able to keep it up. Give us something to cheer about here, since I think our cheering days for the Steelers, it's looking like it anyway, are done for the year. I fear that this season is starting to go south really quickly. But we'll see. We'll see. There's still a lot of football to go. All righty. Let's see here. So we are just about out of time today. So we'll chat some more about elections and sports and whatever you want to chat about when we come back after the news, which, by the way, CBS News is coming up next. They're just around the corner, news from around the world, around the country. And then TJ with the local news, sports, and weather. This is WMBS Uniontown, 101.1 FM, 590 AM, your hometown station. And at the tone, it's going to be 2 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Hurricane Melissa has made landfall in southwestern Jamaica as one of the most intense storms on record in the Atlantic. The National Hurricane Center's Michael Brennan.
Expecting widespread 15 to 30 inches of rainfall, already seeing pictures of flooding. In the Kingston area, isolated rainfall totals could be as high as 40 inches in locations, producing catastrophic, life-threatening flooding, numerous landslides in these areas. So just a catastrophic situation playing out here for Jamaica.
And meteorologist Andrew Kozak tells us it could last for some time.
This is going to continue to linger. I mean, this is a storm that you could walk quicker than it was actually moving, and that was the rule for the last couple of days.
And while many decided against heading to shelters, some students were hunkering down at a technology university. The school's president, Kevin Brown.
My primary worry is really for the students who are on campus now, because we have around 200 students who decided to remain on the campus. They're in the halls of residence. We have an auditorium where some are also staying.
Israel has lashed out at Hamas for lying about the remains of a hostage that was returned. Israel's prime minister has ordered strikes in Gaza. Reporter Kevin Gardner.
Hamas was due to hand over the 13th of the dead Israeli hostages, but forensic tests carried out by Israel proved that it was actually the remains of someone who'd been recovered from Gaza more than 2 years ago. And the response we now see are these powerful attacks. The way Gaza Strip is, with such an intensely packed population, it's hard to believe there won't be civilian casualties.
It is the most serious test yet of President Trump's peace plan. The U.S. has destroyed 4 more alleged drug-running boats off Mexico's west coast. Michael Wallace reports.
In a post on X, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the strikes in the eastern Pacific Ocean killed 14 suspected drug traffickers. A lone survivor was rescued by Mexican authorities. The U.S. military has now killed at least 57 alleged traffickers in the Pacific and the Caribbean in the last 2 months.
Air traffic control absences are continuing to snarl flights as they miss their first full paycheck amid the government shutdown. Some controllers were picketing at Boston's Logan Airport with stories about the hardships of their co-workers.
So he's the sole provider for the family. He's got 4 kids. He's living paycheck to paycheck, and now he doesn't know when the next paycheck is going to come. So he's worrying about gas. He's worrying about food on the table. He's worrying about his mortgage. Those are things that controllers shouldn't be worrying about when they come into work.
On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are higher after a round of strong earnings report. The Dow Jones Industrial's up 327 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you are looking for a trusted local law firm with a strong commitment to their clients, look no further than Zebley Law Offices. Attorney Zebley has been practicing law in Fayette County for more than 4 decades. Although specializing in bankruptcy, Zebley also handles real estate matters, civil suits, collections, wills, powers of attorney, and more. If you need legal help, go with a name you recognize and trust. Call Zebley Law Offices today at 724-439-9200.
Concerned about your heart health? At WVU Medicine, we believe your heart deserves world-class care, close to home and always within reach. Our non-invasive cardiology team uses advanced tests like stress tests and cardiac MRI to diagnose and monitor heart conditions without surgery. Call 877-WVU, the number 4HRT, or visit wvumedicine.org/heart.
Game 3 of the World Series was an epic battle.
The Dodgers and Blue Jays were locked in an 18-inning, 6-hour, 39-minute struggle when L.A. first baseman Freddie Freeman came to the plate on Fox.
Freeman sends a fly ball to center field. Varsho's going back before the clock strikes midnight. Freddie Freeman has ended it.
The 6-5 win gives LA a 2-1 edge in the series. Shohei Ohtani had 2 home runs and 2 doubles in the first 7 innings of the game, setting a World Series mark for extra base hits. Then he was walked 5 straight times. He's the first major leaguer in 83 years to reach base 9 times in any game. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
A new poll finds about 2/3 of Americans will celebrate Halloween. Almost a third will be passing out candy, and 5% say they'll hand out healthier options. I'm Cammie McCormick, CBS News.
Now the local, district, and statewide news. Being brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Keeping you warm and cozy in winter and cool and comfortable in summer with a quality Bryant gas furnace or air conditioning system. And now the news.
Good afternoon. It is 2:05, sunny and 54 outside the Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios, Fayette County's personal injury attorneys since 1976. Your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. I'm TJ DeStefano, sports and weather to follow the news. Greene County Commissioner Jared Ed Green described a Wisecarver Park, or the Wisecarver Park and Reservoir, as a small amenity that will have a large impact in the community. The newest upgrade to heighten that impact was celebrated yesterday morning with a ribbon cutting for the new kayak launch at the park located outside of Waynesburg. On their way to the ribbon cutting, guests passed the first phase of improvements, which included a new ball field. The Herald Standard says that more improvements are planned to come. State police are looking for information related to the death of 64-year-old Robert Friend. He's the man whose body was found on state game lands in Loyalhanna Township on Saturday morning. Investigators say Friend had no ID on him and had visible wounds when he was left near Manitou Golf Course. Officials are now offering a $2,000 reward for tips that lead to a suspect in the case. Pittsburgh is being ranked as one of the best cities in America to celebrate Halloween in. That's according to a new WalletHub study, which ranked the best 100 cities in the country to celebrate Halloween in based off of 20 metrics, such as the number of Halloween costume stores per capita, trick-or-treat friendliness, Halloween fun, and Halloween weather. Pittsburgh ranked as the 37th best city to celebrate Halloween, with its best category being weather, but that's not going to be the case this year. Nationally, the top 5 best cities to celebrate were New York, Jersey City, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Las Vegas. New data from OpenAI shows that over 1 million people talk to ChatGPT every week about suicide. Here's more from Rory O'Neill.
In addition to turning to a bot for information about suicide, OpenAI says a similar number of users have heightened levels of emotional attachment to ChatGPT. It's estimated that several 100,000 weekly users show signs of mania or psychosis. If you or someone you love is in need of help, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline can be reached 24/7 by calling or texting 988. I'm Rory O'Neill.
WMBS time is 2:08. We'll check sports and weather after this.
439-2323. For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette's Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
Be prepared for bone-chilling winter weather. Have Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning install a Bryant high-efficiency furnace in your home to replace that old worn-out system you now have. Choose Bryant's Plus 90 gas furnace or other quality heating system to keep yourself and your family warm and toasty this winter. Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning will also keep your present furnace running at peak efficiency with their 15-point safety check and cleaning. Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning today for your appointment. 724-439-2323. That's Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
In sports, Penguins back in action tonight. They visit their cross-state rival, the Philadelphia Flyers. Pens are 7-2-1. We'll have the game on WMBS at 6 o'clock. Game 4 of the World Series is tonight. Toronto at the LA Dodgers. First pitch is at 8, with the Dodgers leading the series 2-1. Steelers coach Mike Tomlin met with the media today ahead of Sunday's game against the Indianapolis Colts at Acrisure Stadium. On the injury front, Daniel Akula is out with an ACL tear. Deshaun Elliott is out with a hyperextended knee and is week to week. Scotty Miller had surgery on a broken finger. His status is unknown. And Isaac Seumalo is questionable with a pec injury. It's the 7-1 Colts at the 4-3 Steelers Sunday at 1 here on WMBS.
The local, district, and statewide news has been brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall. Phone 439-2323.
This Weather Watch is brought to you by Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. Is it time to find a home that fits your lifestyle? Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. You'll find special savings along with beautiful, energy-efficient homes packed with features you've been dreaming about at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon, 4500 PA 51.
Sunshine continues this afternoon, 56, clear and 41 tonight. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. Showers will be arriving in the afternoon with a high of 53. Right now it is sunny and 54 outside the Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios at 2:10 on this Tuesday afternoon. I'm TJ DeStefano. Up next, we have Hour 2 of What's on Your Mind with Russ Rhodes on WMBS.
This Weather Watch was brought to you by Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. Is it time to find a home that fits your lifestyle? Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. You'll find special savings along with beautiful, energy-efficient homes packed with features you've been dreaming about at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon, 4500 PA 51. You don't fix what's not broken. That's true. You don't replace what is working well. Jason Scott is doing a good job working as South Union Township Supervisor. Jason Scott utilizes his skills on a daily basis in the township office. Whether repairing storm drains, operating a plow truck, or working with his fellow supervisors on economic growth, Jason Scott is out there working for you all day, every day. Let's keep experience and integrity in the township. Keep Jason Scott, full-time South Union Township Supervisor.
Paid for by the candidate.
This November 4th, Betsy Dennis King humbly asks for your vote for Wharton Township Tax Collector. Cross-filed on both the Republican and Democratic tickets, and with 19 years of experience working closely with her mother, tax collector Tina Nicholson, Betsy has learned the ins and outs of tax collecting and brings honesty and efficiency to tax collecting, blending her formal education, practical experience, and her lifelong connection to the responsibilities of the office. Betsy Dennis King hopes you will cast your vote for her this November 4th.
Paid for by the candidate.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility combined with our personalized approach is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Zen's Antiques and Home Decor, a part of the Cinder Shack family of vendors where you can find both antique and new furniture, collectibles, housewares, gift items including jewelry and candles, and so much more. Follow Zen's Antiques and Home Decor on Facebook for new items and information on upcoming events. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor in Building 2 at 3391 National Pike in Farmington. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor.
Hello, Uniontown and Fayette County. This is attorney Erica Dowd of Quattrini Law Group. Are you a veteran suffering from a service-related disability or disease? Not all injuries are obvious or happen quickly. We've helped hundreds of veterans with conditions like PTSD, neuropathy, heart conditions, and cancers get the benefits they deserve, even when their conditions didn't start until many years after service. VA benefits can be paid for any condition that could have been caused or worsened by your service, from Agent Orange exposure, Camp Lejeune water exposure, burn pits, or physical injuries in the service. If you were disabled from your military service, we can help you. The consultation is free and no obligation. Call us today at 1-888-534-6016 or Google Quattrini Law Group. Again, this is attorney Erica Dowd from Quattrini Law Group, reaching out to veterans like you.
Your local station, WMVS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We're going to continue with the open conversation. The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. You have to dial those 10 digits if you want to take part in the open conversation of today's What's on Your Mind. We are brought to you by Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping, Gary's Auto Sales, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, Hicks and Baugh's Drug Store, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Coldwell Banker at Laurel Ridge Realty, K2 Engineering, and Tireman's Auto Garage. So talking about election 1 week from today, government shutdown has entered its 5th week. Hey, by the way, the Halloween parade in Uniontown is scheduled for tomorrow. 5 o'clock is lineup. And 6 o'clock, the parade kicks off. It's going to go down, straight down Main Street. No turns. It's going to start there pretty much at, between Gallatin and the courthouse is where it's going to start. So parade starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Hurricane Melissa we're chatting about. Steelers, Packers, Dodgers, Blue Jays. So all kinds of stuff we can chat about. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Yes, Russ.
Hey, hey Frank.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
I was listening to your comments on the Pennsylvania
judge retentions.
Judge retentions in Pennsylvania. The judges don't run for re-election; they stand for re-election, and it's a yes or no vote for a 10-year term.
Right.
And this Supreme Court in PA has done some rather draconian things. I sent you a copy of a letter that appeared on the opinion page of the Wall Street Journal.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's pretty amazing. Pennsylvania tried to redistrict its congressional districts a few years ago, and the court, which is solidly Democratic, wouldn't go along with what the state legislature had approved. Part of the crux of this article is that Pennsylvania doesn't have to have a gerrymander battle because the state Supreme Court just stops it.
Right.
But they've also
and they gerrymander in their own right. In their own way. Yeah.
They've also approved RGGI, the Regional Gas and Energy Initiative that old governor, our former governor, what's that?
Wolf, Governor Wolf.
Yes, Governor Wolf simply unilaterally approved, was never approved by the state legislature, and they upheld that.
Yes, which, by the way, all the other states that are part of Reggie, the regional green gas initiative, all the other states that are part of this went through the legislative process. So,
yes,
in a sense, the citizens had a voice in the decision to join Reggie. Pennsylvania, we didn't.
These three members of the Supreme Court upheld it. Also, they kept the Green Party off the ballot in 2020, which was, I thought, very illegal because the Green Party jumped through the hoops they usually did. And at the last minute, you're not allowed to send in your petitions by fax.
Mm-hmm.
That was the ruling. They'd always done it that way. And yet the court kept them off the ballot in 2020, which probably guaranteed Biden the election.
In Pennsylvania, anyway, and therefore the overall election.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they also improved the mail-in ballots that were sent as late as 3 days after the election.
Yes.
So this has been really a rubber stamp for the Democrat Party, and I think it's very unfair that Pennsylvania doesn't make them actually run on a ticket against somebody. Mm-hmm. But as I say, they stand for re-election. We're one of the few states that does this.
Well, stand for retention, not re-election, retention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably a better way to phrase it. But it should be more of an issue, I think, in this. I did get a mailer on it, but that letter to the editor in the Journal really sort of brought it all together for me.
And what I got out, because I did read it real quickly. So back to Reggie, it's not settled. It's in the courts. And it's actually in front of the state Supreme Court. So these three justices, along with, I think is it 8 that's in the Supreme Court in Pennsylvania, or 7? I forget.
Probably 7. It's always an odd number.
Yeah, I think it is 7. So these three, along with 4 others, are going to decide on the legality of Reggie in the state of Pennsylvania. So Governor Shapiro has been campaigning with these guys side by side, pushing for their retention.
Yes. Yes, that's why I think you should see this letter. And the gentleman who wrote it, I can't pronounce his name, Brule, is president of the Commonwealth Partners Chamber of Entrepreneurs. I don't know what that is, but I think it would be interesting to have him interviewed on the radio. Maybe your show or the drive. What's it called?
Doug Saltzman?
Matt, the afternoon drive show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it should be more of an issue because, as you say, the governor is campaigning on it, and it's really been the linchpin of one-party control in this state.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a Democrat, but that's why I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, and also, so I'll go back a little bit here as well. Back during COVID, the Supreme Court in Pennsylvania allowed Governor Wolf to randomly close down businesses, shutting down the economy in Pennsylvania, picking and choosing those companies that could stay open for business, thereby harming others.
Yes, and interestingly, his woodworking business stayed open.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It was considered vital.
Yeah.
I guess you don't get COVID if you sand wood.
I guess not, no. Well, everybody knows that, sawdust is a natural, vaccine.
Antibacterial or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Antiviral in that case.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, the other issue, I think, in this election, and it fascinates me, I'm not in the township, but South Union Township may well acquire the country club.
Yes.
And it's an issue you've brought up on your show before. I guess the thing hasn't been profitable for years. I can't imagine them running it. The township running a golf course and a restaurant. But what no one seemed to have dug into, it's my understanding the country club is quite arrears in its taxes, its local taxes. What I've been told is $400,000.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is the township going to assume that tax burden as well? I think people in South Union should be up in arms. I mean, they've been very conservatively run, but, should a handful of businessmen who can't apparently run the country club at a profit get a bailout, is what it amounts to, and a buyout of their taxes. This should really be something that, and sadly our newspaper doesn't do much investigating. But it's public information. You can go online and find this stuff, as far as back taxes go. The only thing I could see that South Union could do with the country club is maybe a land development, and that brings us to the question, should the township be in the land developing biz?
Right.
I think it's a huge mistake for South Union to do that. As I say, I'm not in the township, but people need to look into the owners, I think, of the country club and their relationship with certain supervisors, and maybe they'll get a clearer picture of what's going on.
I know there are other municipalities that own golf courses. Allegheny County, they have at least one, maybe two. I know there's North Park Golf Course. I don't know if there's a second one. Franklin Park up in the North Hills, they run a 9-hole course. And I know there's other ones. And I guess they do quite well, but I just, North Park, to the best of my knowledge, does not have a restaurant associated with it. The Franklin Park one does not have a restaurant associated. They might have, some snacks in the clubhouse there and a soft drink machine, but there's no restaurant.
Yeah.
So I'd like, and they can do well. I'm not disputing that, but here you've got a full-fledged operating entity. What's the business plan? Maybe that's the question we need to be asking the supervisors. What is your business plan if they are to acquire the country club? What's the business plan? You go to a bank to buy something or to start a business, they're not just going to give you the money because you're good looking. They're going to want to see the business plan. They want to know how you plan on operating it, what your ideas are, how you plan on making money so that you can pay the bank back.
Sure.
Well, the taxpayers in this case are the bank.
Yes.
So what's the business plan?
What risk are they assuming?
Yeah.
And as I say, I understand the back taxes are to the tune of $400,000. And the other thing I heard, now this is just hearsay, that it costs about $250,000 in maintenance to keep that 18-hole golf course up every year.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you got the cost of gas, you got, the wages of the employees, fertilizer, I don't know, sand to replenish the track, whatever. Yes, I can understand.
Well, sure, seeding and insecticides to keep it that green. It's not an inexpensive proposition, and sadly, I think it's just going to come down as one of these done deals. You hear so much about, and when you hear the term done deal, the fix is on somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that the people of South Union really need to start asking some serious questions about before they're on the hook. And some wealthy men go away counting their greenbacks.
Yeah. And we had, now I will say, I called the township offices once
Yes.
to try and get one of the supervisors on. And it went to voicemail. And everything was full. I couldn't even leave a message.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, and I haven't tried since. So we did have another caller, a couple weeks ago when this first came up, who was in the banking industry and did a lot of loan work for this type of thing. And
I remember him.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, he's got a lot of questions too. He says, on the surface right now, no. He would not be authorizing a loan on this.
Well, that's it. It looks to me like businessmen with a failed operation who are looking for a government bailout, and they're just going to walk and leave the taxpayers on the hook.
Mm-hmm.
And as I say, the citizens of South Union should actually be holding meetings or doing something, maybe a chat room online or something like that,
right,
to figure this thing out before they get zonked. I just, I'm just aghast, really, at the brazenness of someone or a group of investors going to any government entity, looking for something like that. I don't believe there are any townships in the state, are there, that own country clubs? Maybe a county like Allegheny, but a township?
Well, I meant, Franklin Park Township up in the North Hills. They own they own a 9-hole course. It used to be, at one point it was the Franklin Park Golf Course. And they went out of business. Developers bought one half of it. The township bought the other half and is operating it as a 9-hole. And have been for years now. Probably close to 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like the country club. I would hate to see it closed down. But golf courses have not become profitable around here simply because there are too many.
Mm-hmm.
When I was young, the country club was it. And then, they started, and golf became sort of a fad. Those things come and go. But I think the gentlemen who own that should really look into, other ways to make it successful and keep the integrity of it and give people a reason, to dine there. They used to have a swimming pool. I don't know if that's still operational.
No, it's not. It hasn't been operational for years, and I don't know if I forget if it was maintenance issues. Like, I think maybe cracks had developed in it. Maybe the filtration system was outdated and old and broken. I don't know. But it hasn't been operating. But I'm understanding the township would like to bring the pool back. Okay, great. There's no nearby there is no public swimming pools.
It would be a great idea, but it shouldn't be done by the government. It should be a private venture.
Again, there are government-run swimming pools.
Pittsburgh has a system.
Yeah, there's a huge swimming pool in North Park that's run by the county. Huge. It's like the size of 3 Olympic swimming pools. That's how huge it is. At one point, it was considered the largest swimming pool in the world, I believe.
I think the city of Pittsburgh had 9, did they?
Could be, but
I lived down there, I think there were 9 city swimming holes, and
here's another problem. Now you have liability issues. You have to hire lifeguards, which that in itself is a problem. I mean, you had the swimming pool up in Lemont Furnace that closed because they couldn't get enough lifeguards due to Pennsylvania regulations.
Was that Rainbow Park?
I don't know. There was.
And it was Shady Grove.
Shady Grove. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a couple of when I was a kid. Well, at any rate, it's good talking to you, and those were just the two things on my mind. Enjoy the leaves and our little taste of Indian summer here.
Okay. All righty. Hey, Frank, thanks for the call. Appreciate it, and I got to run.
Very good. Bye-bye, Rose.
Bye. Hey, got to take a quick little break. When I come back, both lines are open, 724-438-4593.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or,
Hi, come on in. How are you feeling?
when you see doctors Paul Hartley and Mary Beth Riley, plus nurse practitioners Tara Bozek, Jessica Reckart, and Stacy Morris, you get one-on-one personal professional health care serving the area for over 3 decades. If you're looking for a primary care doctor, call Doctors Hartley and Riley at 724-437-1109 or online at ppcp.org. Or,
serving number 3,944.
Cooler temperatures may be on the way, but you could still enjoy your deck or patio with retractable or fixed awnings from Lifetime Awnings. Made in the USA with manufacturers and customer guarantees, Lifetime Awnings products last. Lifetime Awnings is veteran-owned and operated with a 10% discount to all military veterans and their families. Call Lifetime Awnings 724-554-6067 for a no-cost or obligation home consultation. Or email John, the owner, at lifetimeawningsusa@gmail.com.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowls Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowlsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
One of the most incredible architectural masterpieces in the United States is right here in Fayette County. And this fall is your chance to see the work being done to preserve this national treasure as work continues to fortify Frank Lloyd Wright's Falling Water, a world-famous work of architecture that's on the UNESCO World Heritage List. Falling Water invites you to Fayette County Appreciation Day on Sunday, November 23rd to see their multi-year historic preservation effort in action, in addition to the always breathtaking home itself. Falling Water is offering free tours for Fayette County residents on Sunday, November 23rd. Book your free tour of Falling Water in advance by calling 724-329-8501. Falling Water's Preservation in Action tours will take place between 9:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. Be sure to make your reservation in advance and don't miss your chance to witness this once-in-a-lifetime preservation tour of Frank Lloyd Wright's Falling Water.
Hi everyone, this is Kelly Clark with Autoland Hyundai in downtown Uniontown. SUV season is here, and you can get that new, certified, or select pre-owned all-wheel drive that you've been looking for. It's just a test drive away. Let me show you how simple you can buy or lease your next vehicle. The season is changing, so fall into your best deal with me, Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. 724-208-5281. Great selections, super pricing, and deals on your next wheels. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. I'll make you a good deal.
Having Hicks & Baugh's Drugstore in Uniontown means reliability, quality, and service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller gladly answer healthcare questions and take care of your prescription needs. This is flu season. Call Hicks & Baugh's at 724-437-2828 and ask about flu shot availability and other vaccines. Free prescription delivery, mail-out service, and dependable courteous service are Hicks & Baugh's way of doing business. Hicks & Baugh's Drugstore, 304 Morgantown Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday till 3, closed Sunday.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. It is Open Conversation, 724-438-4593. One line's open. You know what that means. Got another caller on line one. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hi, Russ. I'm the guy that called you a couple weeks ago about the Uniontown Country Club.
Yes, sir. I forget. What's your name?
Richard.
Richard, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well.
Well, I listened to what Frank had to say about things, and I want to clarify a couple things.
Sure.
So there are some facts that I do know.
Okay, please do, because I know it's been a while since you and I chatted.
Yes. Number one, the country club doesn't have that big of a tax liability.
Does not, you say?
No, it does not.
Do you know what it is?
But I believe I know what it is, but I'm not going to get into the figures.
Okay.
But I will tell you that in the course of a sale of the country club, be it South Union Township or anyone else, the back taxes have to be paid.
Okay.
So the taxes will be made whole. The concern and dilemma is that it does come off the tax roll as a future tax generating facility.
Correct.
So
yes.
that does come off. I did speak directly with one of the supervisors, and I voiced my concerns as I did a couple weeks ago about issues about them acquiring the country club, and I asked them to please, first of all, not to do it, because I think it is not something that a municipality needs to be in a business of. And secondly, that he assured me that they were going to have some informational meetings at some point about what these issues so that the residents can have a chance to go on. But I did tell him specifically that they need to look at the books of the existing facility to see what the profit and loss is. They need to figure out what it is they can do projection-wise to go forward. Now, granted, my business was banking. As I told you before, I've done over 40 of these, and I've done the municipality. There is still one very strong municipal-owned golf course in Allegheny County. Or I'm sorry, they're in Allegheny County. It's Cranberry Highlands.
Okay.
And the reason they are is because they have the population that can sustain such an operation, and they also hired competent people to make it profitable.
Okay.
So it is working.
Yes. And that's one thing I was thinking too of is population.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and the concern and the question years ago was that a private club in Fayette County could not sustain operational profitability because it didn't have the growth and couldn't get the membership that needed to be done. So I know that there will not be debt on the Uniontown Country Club if South Union Township purchases it.
Well, but the question remains: moving forward, what does that do with taxes?
That's exactly right. The loss of taxes, number one, because it does come off the tax roll.
It will come off? It will come off?
Yes.
So
yes, it will.
So it'll come off of South Union tax rolls. It'll come off of Laurel Highlands and county.
Yes.
All three entities.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But so how do you make up that number? Number one, and operationally, can it sustain enough growth or business that may not be what's going on? What's going on right now with the existing ownership?
Yeah.
So yes. So I urge residents to voice their concerns. I know that that your station manager Brian had a informational video on and monitored it, and the supervisors didn't say very much at all about it. There was an engineer and attorney who did all the talking. And again, if you look at the survey, as it was done, it was a marketing piece. And as people looked at it who either don't play golf or don't understand, it made all the sense in the world to do it because that's the way the piece was done.
Yeah. Well, I kind of look at surveys. I think they ought to be, there's the old saying, there's lies, damn lies, and statistics. Well,
there you go.
I think you could put surveys in there too.
Or there's three sides to every story. So
yes, because surveys, you can word them in such a way that it leads the respondent to giving the answer that you want.
Sure. And if you looked at that piece, it gave all the reasons why it should be done. There was very little. There was no financial information in there. There was nothing in there. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody kind of realizes that there are still monumental questions about this deal, and that I asked that supervisor to please do a financial analysis of this whole thing. And he talked about, they're going to get an appraisal, and an appraisal means nothing to me if it is not done on an income approach.
Exactly.
As far as an ongoing business. I don't care what the value of that land is because it's only as good as whatever it can be used for.
Right.
But really,
it comes down to your expected expenses and your expected income.
Yes,
is what it boils down to.
That's right, and there is a multiple for a golf course purchase, a multiple times earnings or profitability that can be used to gauge its value. So I'm hoping that if they do this, they will bring out, what that number is, and that it will be done legitimately.
So, all right, Richard, I thank you for calling back.
I appreciate.
I appreciate, and I do believe too. If I'm not, I'll double check this. But for those that are interested, you mentioned the little informative show that Brian did with some of the supervisors and engineers and whatnot. I do believe that's archived, and that you can go see that. But I'll double check with Brian as to where that can be seen if other people are interested in looking at it.
Good. So I hope that they do have public meetings, and I hope that they are there for everybody to attend and find out what it is or isn't that's happening.
Absolutely. Hey, Richard, thank you so much for calling back and adding your, I'm not going to say 2 cents worth, I'm going to say expertise to the conversation here. Is very much appreciated.
I appreciate it, sir. Anytime.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
All right, both lines are open, 724-438-4593. So we'll add this into the mix here as well. If we can continue this conversation about the Uniontown Country Club possibly being bought by South Union Township to be run by the township. So your thoughts on that as we move forward with the rest of today's show. 724-438-4593. That is the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Both lines are open. Give me a buzz on that. 1 week to Election Day. You can still go down to the Election Bureau at the old Gallatin Bank building. Main Street is where the Election Bureau is now. And you can do a mail-in ballot on site today. And today's your last day to do that. So I think, you know what? I'm not sure, but I think you can still ask for a mail-in ballot. But I don't know. I don't know if it's too late for that. It might be. But I do know that if you already have your mail-in ballot, it has to be received at the Election Bureau by the close of the polls next Tuesday, 8 o'clock. So they've made arrangements. The post office will make a last delivery to them of any late-minute ballots that have come in. But mail-in ballots have to be received at the Election Bureau by 8 o'clock next Tuesday. So you've got a little bit of time there. But if you haven't done any of that, if you didn't request one, or if you find you're going to be out of town all of a sudden, you can go down to the County Election Bureau today and ask that you get your mail-in ballot now and that you can go ahead and vote. Again, your ballot is going to be different based on where you live, because your township supervisor is not going to be on my ballot that shows city council. But there are certain offices that will be on your ballot, as well as mine, as well as your friend across on the other side of the county. We all have parts of the ballot that are going to be the same. Starting off is Judge of the Superior Court. And on that is Democrat Brandon Newman, Republican Maria Batista, and Liberal Daniel Wasmer. Judge of Commonwealth Court, Democrat Stella Tisai, and Republican Matt Wolford. County offices up for election. Recorder of Deeds, Democrat James Santilli, and Republican John Marietta. County Treasurer Matthew Lancaster and Republican Melissa Tazan. Jury Commissioner Democrat Trinette Schmidt-Cunningham and Republican Frank Matnatsky. School districts you're going to have on your ballot. Again, council, mayor, or township supervisors, township auditors in some cases. For your own particular voting ward, judge of election and inspector of election are on the ballots. And then also, just as important, on the flip side, on the back side, you heard Frank and I chat about this earlier. Judges in Pennsylvania judicial offices, once they have been elected to the office, as their term comes to an end, they are up for retention votes. So they don't run against somebody else. They're just asking to be placed for another 10 years, to serve another 10 years on the bench. So there are 3 justices of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court that are up for retention. Those are Christine Donahue, Kevin M. Doherty, and David Weck. Superior Court has 1 judge up for retention. That's Alice Beck Dubow. And on the Commonwealth Court, retention is being asked for of Michael H. Wojcik. I don't care if they're Democrat or Republican, although in this case I believe all 5 are Democrat. I think we should vote no. I will be. In fact, I already did. I voted earlier today. I'm voting no on retention for all 5. I don't think they should be just... I think they should have to go up on a ballot against an opponent. I think they should have to defend their decisions that they've made. They need to defend their record. And that's it. I don't think they should get a free pass, and essentially that's what this is. They're not having to go out there really and defend their positions. So I'm asking you, vote no on retention on all 5. Hey, got to take a quick little break. When we come back, though, both lines are open, and you and I together will close out hour 2 of What's on Your Mind. 724-438-4593. We'll take care of some more business right after this.
This is Patrick Mahoney, your candidate for South Union Township Supervisor. My opponent says don't fix what's not broken, but truthfully, I believe that there's a lot to fix. I pledge to be a full-time supervisor with no distractions coming from conflicting external business interests. Additionally, I will also keep taxes and fees as low as possible, and I plan to work very hard to attract and support businesses in our township. Lastly, I will make sure our parks and green spaces are updated equally for us all to enjoy. Voting should be a way to make a better choice, and that choice is me, Patrick Mahoney.
Paid for by friends of Patrick Mahoney.
Are you looking for personalized healthcare you can trust? At Montgomery Medical, they're accepting new patients.
Hi, I'm Dr. Betty Thomas. Having a primary care provider means better overall health, from preventative care to managing chronic conditions. We're here to support you every step of the way.
That's right. Hi, I'm Jenna Lutzka, a physician assistant. Plus, we have same-day appointments and walk-in same-day care available too. We're here for you.
Join the Montgomery Medical family today by calling 724-569-8100 to schedule your appointment. A family tradition of family medicine.
Your mental health is your most valuable asset. With 55 years of experience serving Western Pennsylvania, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services is ready and able to assist you with all of your mental health needs. Offering over 20 specialized treatments, open access, and just-in-time scheduling means that you receive the treatment you need in a time-conscious fashion. Chestnut Ridge Counseling now offers telehealth, mental health urgent care with immediate access to a mental health professional with no appointment necessary. Call 724-437-0729. That's 724-437-0729 for mental health urgent care at Chestnut Ridge Counseling. Outpatient care options include individual, group, and family therapies, mental health and psychiatric evaluations, and medication services. Outpatient care and services are also available for patients under the age of 18, geared towards youth-centric problems and concerns. Take control of your mental health care with Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services. Call 724-437-0729 to set up an appointment or speak immediately with a mental health professional.
Laurel Ridge Eye Care reminds us that vision problems may develop so slowly you don't even notice until you find yourself reading less and straining to focus. If that's happening to you, call Dr. Aaron Sobel at Laurel Ridge Eye Care for a complete vision exam. If there's one thing you shouldn't overlook, it's your vision. Laurel Ridge Eye Care and board-certified ophthalmologist Dr. Aaron Sobel remind you that early detection of eye disease can help prevent blindness. Their complete vision exams can help determine if you are developing problems. Laurel Ridge Eye Care offers full-service medical, surgical, and laser eye care with cataract surgery performed at Uniontown Hospital. Don't take chances with your eyes. Schedule your appointment today by calling Laurel Ridge Eye Care at 724-437-2222. That's 724-437-2222. All insurances are accepted, as well as Visa, MasterCard, and debit card at Laurel Ridge Eye Care, 130 West Fayette Street in the former Hockey Funeral Home.
Go to 40 Uniontown and trade me in.
John Clinton with Dominic Carbone from your 7-time President Award-winning 40 Uniontown. Dom, let's tell these people about the spooktacular offers that'll have you trembling into a new Ford.
Hey, John, listen to these spine-tingling deals that are taking up to $6,000 off MSRP 2025 F-150 XL and XLT models and rates that are straight scary. How about 2.9 for 60 months, 3.9 for 72, and only 4.9 for 84? And listen, you get the savings and the rates. And that's not just a bunch of hocus pocus.
So creep on in and join us with the Pumpkin King knows, shouldn't you? That's 40 Uniontown on the hill across from Applebee's, or check us out at 40uniontown.com. Offers include all applicable incentives, must finance with Ford Motor Credit, not all buyers will qualify.
Go to 40 Uniontown and trade me in.
Sale ends October 31st.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is Open Conversation. We are running out of time, but, well, we probably have about a minute left where we can have some conversation. If you give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. I'll be back here on this show again tomorrow. We'll do some more open conversation. That is, that's what's on the schedule tomorrow. It may change. So just wanted to make you aware of that. So looking forward to tomorrow as well. Had some nice conversation today. Learned a little bit more. I want to hear from the township supervisors, one or all three or two, whatever, just to hear a little more from their perspective on this possibility of buying the Uniontown Country Club. So we can continue about that. Whatever. Tomorrow, elections coming up. Government shutdown, which is hurting more and more folks out there. Paychecks that were going are stopping, and no end in sight. So I have no idea at this time what it's going to take to get this government of ours up and running again. Meanwhile, the federal government shutdown has taken a front seat over the state here. Still no budget in the state of Pennsylvania. So that's a whole different type of hurt going on there. We can chat about that as well. In the meantime, CBS News is next, followed by Nick Barchak with the local news, sports, and weather. This is WMBS, and it's 3 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Dangerous Hurricane Melissa has made landfall in southwestern Jamaica.
It's not just the wind, it's also the rain. The rainfall will be record levels.
And Evan Thompson is with the Weather Service of Jamaica.
Flooding is expected. Landslides are expected. Storm surge is expected. And of course, those strong winds we will not be able to escape, especially if you're in the path of this system and in the path close to the eye of the system.
This American tourist.
We are kind of bunkered down in our resort room. We've got mattresses and furniture against the balcony window and the doors there. We've already prepared to, have a pallet spot in the bathroom in case we have to lock ourselves in there if the window and glass gets broken.
And the hurricane is a slow mover. It could linger throughout today. The sound of tanks and explosions have been heard in Gaza in the most serious test yet of President Trump's peace plan. Israel has reacted angrily to what it says is a deception by Hamas in handing over the remains of a hostage. Reporter Kevin Gardner.
Israel said that they secretly filmed using a drone, and I've seen the footage, and unless it's been doctored, it's pretty damning because it shows what Israel claims is Hamas removing a body from a house, putting it into a freshly dug shallow grave, covering it up with dirt, and then bringing in Red Cross officials and saying, look, we've discovered another body.
Israel says the remains are those of a hostage recovered 2 years ago. A federal judge has ordered a senior Border Patrol official to detail every day's events tour after weeks of confrontations between immigration agents and the public in the Chicago area. Allison Keyes reports.
Greg Bovino responded yes, ma'am, to a federal judge who ordered him to report to her each evening to hear about how the day went amid videos showing the use of tear gas during demonstrations. This Chicago man says he saw tear gas used on his block without warning over the weekend.
This was the opposite of America.
U.S. District Judge Sarah Ellis discussed children being tear gassed during a weekend Halloween event as someone was arrested.
The Texas Attorney General is accusing companies behind Tylenol of deceptively marketing the pain reliever to pregnant mothers. Paxton is an ally of President Trump, who has asserted the use of Tylenol by pregnant women could be linked to autism. More than 1,000 flights have been delayed today. The first day air traffic controllers are missing a full paycheck due to the government shutdown. The shutdown now in its 28th day. On Wall Street, stocks are higher. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
For the best lunch spot in town, visit Titlow Tavern and Grill on West Main Street in Uniontown. Serving up lunch including daily specials and daily dinner specials, including Wednesday pasta and parm nights with chicken parm for $50.